What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today I'm going to be building the Mona Lisa. As you can see, I'm already driving the S15 Silvia, and yeah, I'm going to be turning this thing into the Mona Lisa from Tokyo Drift. For people that don't know what the Mona Lisa is, how do you not know what the Mona Lisa is, first of all? But anyway, it is the first proper drift car that Sean drives in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, and it's this. It's an S15 Silvia. However, that one is modified. It looks a lot different, and that's what I'm going to do to this car that we have here. I'm going to turn this thing into a proper drift car. That's why I'm on Forza already. I'm going to be able to take this thing down the mountain and just drive it and see if I can get this thing to be a good drift car. I mean, it's an S50, so of course I'm going to be able to get it to be a good drift car. But right now, completely stock. I completely overestimated my braking ability with this thing, but yeah, now that it's stock, doesn't really make that much power. It's not really great for going uphill. Coming downhill, I think, would be okay, I guess, even though it's still underpowered. It's completely stock, like I said. It's all stock tires. You can see the revs just dropping and everything. Yeah, it's just slow. It's slow. I mean, what else can I say about it? I'm gonna go into the festival and start working on this S15. So there's a bunch of things here, all right? There's a bunch of things that are really, really good about this, right? First of all, it's got the RB26 in it. So we already have that engine swap. I know for a fact we have the engine swap. I can also... What's this body kit? The rocket body kit? Yeah, nah, not doing that. The car in the movie has a C West kit all around. So that's what I'm going to go for. Which seems to be here. But this is a different C West kit, I think, to the one that's in the movie. It is a different C West kit. However, I still think it's... Can it be the closest one? I'm trying to have a look here. I have a bunch of pictures and everything up on my screen. It doesn't have the same C West kit that's on the car in real life. We don't actually have that specific kit in the game. I guess the closest thing... I mean, this one's actually a little closer to... I mean, they're all pretty close, to be honest with you. Yeah, this one... Not really suiting it, to be completely honest, even though this is the COS kit. It's not the same one that's on the car in the movie. It's a different one. I guess this one's a little closer, I think, to the one in the movie. Just a little bit. The Ings kit here. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna mess around with it anyway. As for my wing, it just has a GT wing, so I guess the bigger the better. We'll just put the trial wing on it. Don't really have anything else to be able to add on this thing, but this is, I guess, the closest thing to it. I'm not entirely sure. Even the Forza wing is actually kind of decent on this thing. I'm kind of tempted to just put the Forza wing on it. This one just has the supports just way too close to the center. This one is a little bit more realistic. The supports for this, for the car in the movie, are like really close to the edges of the boot lid, so I don't really think any of these suit this, but the closer one to it, I guess, has to be the Forza wing. The shape, I guess, is kind of similar. It's more flat as well. Obviously, we don't have the same wing that's just as flat, so we're putting the Forza wing on it, weirdly enough. As for our rear bumper, let me swap over to a picture from the rear. Here, again, it says it just has a COS body kit all around. If I go onto the wiki for it, this one suits it. I'm pretty sure this one is the same one. Yeah, this is the same one that's in the movie. This is the same rear bumper. The front bumper is just weird, though. The COS front bumper is not the same. I kind of want to put it on just because it's COS and it'll match everything all the way around. You know what I mean? I kind of want to put it on. But just the Ings kit here just, I guess, is a little, like, mimics it a little bit better, I think. Because the COS kit also gets rid of the grill, and the car in the movie does have a grill, so I don't really want to get rid of that. Okay, cool. It doesn't matter. I'll leave that the way it is. As for my side skirts, again, side skirts, it just says COS side skirts. Is this them? Looking at the car from the side, I don't really think it is. I don't know why the wiki literally says it has a COS body kit, which technically it doesn't. Or maybe it does. It's just a different CS kit. It doesn't have any of these See the way it has like a gap in the front and the rear there, and the bumper. It just doesn't have that at all on the actual car. I don't see it on any of these pictures. So I'm gonna just go with a simple kit, which is something like this. Actually, this is closer. Even a Nismo kit is closer. This is probably the closest one. The Inks kit is probably the closest one to the actual kit that we have in the movie. So I'm gonna put that one on. Yeah, the COS kit just doesn't suit it. It's not the same. And my bonnet is pretty much stock. I don't think there is a aftermarket bonnet on it. It's just a lot of sponsors on it. So I'm gonna leave this car like this because this is, I guess, as close as we can possibly get to it, to looking like it. RB26, put that on. Obviously, still rear-wheel drive. I'm gonna find a set of wheels for this thing that are very closely matched to this one. I don't think we'll be able to get these specific wheels for this. The wheels are Volk Racing Grey GT GT7 number 0355. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna probably not find those wheels in the game. I don't think we'll be able to find those wheels in the game. I honestly don't. Yeah, they're not in the game. Even if I go all the way to the end here, the only Volk Racing wheels that we have are these ones, and that's it. It's just these three wheels here, and none of these are those. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep looking for a set of wheels. Hopefully I find something similar to the ones that are in the movie, and I guess I'll be right back. So the ones that are in the movie are very, very close to... There is one set of HRE wheels that I found. Where are they? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. I can't see them. No, seriously, am I blind? Because I honestly cannot see the wheels that I just found, like, earlier. These ones. They're very, very close to these. They're very, very close to these. The actual... like spoke itself is completely different. It is the same number of spokes, which is 7. So they're very, very similar to these. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and put these on. The actual spokes themselves are actually a little bit more grey than anything. And then the rest of the wheel is chrome. So I'm gonna put these wheels on it here. And then I guess we'll have to go from here because there's nothing really else that I could possibly choose to, like, you know, to be able to do anything like this. So I'm gonna guess it's on a street tire. Toyo Proxies T1Rs. I'm gonna just put it on like sports tires or something like that. It's not gonna have a huge amount of horsepower anyway, as it is, because I mean, like, what else can I do here? It doesn't really tell me like the horsepower amount or anything like that on the wiki for the car itself, so I can't really go into any specifics when it comes to that. Actually, I'm gonna have a look again. Tokyo Drift S15 horsepower. Yeah, it doesn't really give me anything. It doesn't really give me anything specific here. Yeah, so there's nothing really here. I can pretty much go with whatever I want, but if I'm gonna keep it on, street tires or sports tires, actually, I'm gonna give it a decent amount of power. Nothing too crazy though. I will modify this thing. Right. Anyway, I think visually it's fine. It's gonna be fine the way it is. I'm gonna put sports tires on it. I'm gonna get the wheels. Actually, we have specific dimensions for the wheels, so I can put those on. It's got two 35s for the front and two 55s in the rear, 19s. So two 35s in the front. Change the front to 19s. And then on the rear, we have two 55s, 19s. Two 55, 30, 19s. So there you go. That is the setup for the wheels that is on the car in the movie. Track width isn't changed. I'm not going to change that. I'm going to leave that the way it is. It's actually very, very similar to the car in the movie already. Like, the only thing that's like mismatched, I think, is that front bumper. But if I go for the rear end, it's actually very, very close. Because the rear bumper is the same. The rear bumper is pretty much the exact same. For anything here, I'm just going to put sports, spec, everything on it. Transmission, suspension, driveline, everything like that. Just keep it on sports spec. It's not a race car, so I don't need it to be crazy on race brakes or anything like that. I will put drift suspension on it though. I may need to raise this thing quite a bit because it's not going to be the same as the car in the movie. Actually, if I keep it like this, it just seems like the track width needs to come out a little bit because the car in the movie does line up quite nicely when I look at it. So I may need to actually access track width and change that a little bit, but I need to lift the car up as well. Again, I have no idea how much the car in the movie weighs or anything like that, so I'm just going to go with whatever I can get here. Also has a cage in it, so I'm going to put full cage in the car like so. And then everything else here, I mean, it already has these amount of horsepower. If I put sports spec everything, and we'll see where I end up with that. Sports exhaust, sports cams. I'm not going to bore it though, so I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Still got the RB26. Sports twin turbo, 560 horsepower already. I'm not going to change that intercooler. We'll change the sport oil cooling, and then same with this sports flywheel. So 568 horsepower, 617 newton meters of torque. This is well more than enough on these tires, especially, and how much this thing weighs. I'm going to go ahead and change my track width, like I said. I'm going to bring that out slightly. Even if it is just actually on the first stick, because that makes a massive difference to before. We'll do it on this one because that one seems nice, right in the middle. Doesn't stick out too much. Okay, that looks a lot better now. But again, it needs to be lifted. It just doesn't look like a drift car in the movie. It just looks like a normal car that's just supposed to go around corners. That's supposed to handle. You know what I mean? Not actually go sideways. As for my springs, I'm gonna lift this up. I have to make it look like the car in the movie, and I'm gonna have to also get rid of some of that front camber, which is very weird to do on a drift car. But that is pretty much what I had to do to make this car look the same. Okay, it's a lot closer now to the car in the movie. A lot closer. Yeah, it's almost, it actually still needs to be lifted more. It still needs to be lifted more. The car in the movie, it doesn't sit as low as this. It sits a lot higher. This is weird, man. It's so weird looking. Oh wait, no, that's not the right thing. I'm gonna go tuning. I literally have to lift this thing as high as possible. Imagine lifting a drift car like this. Camera and all that is fine. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. Oh, that looks so odd. That looks so weird. Just fully lifted like that. I think the front I can bring down a tiny bit. The back end I think is fine, but the front end I need to bring down a tiny bit. It looks so weird. It's just what it was before, which is 17. Okay, that's a little better. Now, let's find a design for this thing. However, I do want to... Oh god, the wheels, isn't it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint the wheels properly. Okay, we'll see if I can find a design that will also have the wheels. Wait, why did I go to my designs? No, I accidentally clicked my designs. Yeah, I'm going to find a design for this thing. Something that matches, obviously. And I'll be right back instead of you guys waiting for everything. Oh, it's loaded anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what if I just have a look, a quick glance here. There's nothing to do with this. If I go to search and I type in Mona Lisa, right? I want the wheels to be grey, like. See, I don't want the whole set of wheels bigger. See, like this one. This one I think is perfect. It still has the chrome lip around it, but the rest of the rim is grey. This is a bit too shiny, I think, eh? I don't know, actually. I'm just going to put it on and have a look and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's close to what the car is supposed to look like. Because it's got like 3-piece wheels, I need the wheels to be grey. Has he done it? No, there's just chrome and like silver. Okay. Right. It does have the sponsors. I don't know why that bit at the front where it's supposed to say C West doesn't say that. It just says GT Wing. Raise, GT Wing, raise. Okay, that's fine. But on the front where it's supposed to say C West, it just doesn't say C West. I guess the person didn't want to make the design. Maybe there isn't a C West kit on it. Or a C West, a C West thing. A C West logo. What I meant to say, but I mean, people can still make it. I'm gonna click on the first one here. This one seems... Oh, he even like did the whole design for the front bumper. That's mad. Alright, let's have a look at this. He like painted part of the bumper or something like that. What was that? That was weird. Okay. Does it have bonnet like latches there? I don't know if it does. But look at that. He even painted like the part where the grill is like just different there. Oh, I like this. He's got the proper detail for this. He's definitely chosen this body kit as well. He definitely didn't choose the COS kit because you can see it. Though it matches up the same as mine. I like this. I really, really like this. This one's definitely the closest one to the actual car in real life. I'm gonna put this on. That was very, very good. If I got into designer paints, I got the paint. Yeah, it will. No, I was gonna change the color of my wheels, but I forgot that it actually does that. So that's pretty much it for the build. I honestly do wish I could paint the wheels grey, but I mean they're fine now. They don't look terrible. This is very, very close. The colors, the angle where the kit is coming from, and everything like that. The design, the stripe is perfect as well. It literally is. The stripes are absolutely perfect on this thing. That side skirt is a little different, I think, to the one that he chose, because you can see it's slightly mismatched for me compared to which one he chose there. I'm pretty sure he chose the COS kit one, but it just doesn't fit it properly. But it looks good. I like it. Okay, it's fast. That wing is shaking. Look at it. That wing is just vibrating. I'm gonna go lock the diff before I do anything. Or at least lock the acceleration part of the diff, which is the most important part. Everything else I'm gonna leave the way it is, just because of the way it looks. I may need to change my transmission settings and all that sort of stuff. I mean, there's not much I can change there. It's just literally final drive. Alright, let's actually try to drift this thing now. I'm gonna bring down the mountain. I'm not going up. I'm gonna bring it down. Okay. It's all sports tires as well. My suspension setup isn't brilliant. I had to raise it first of all. I had to get rid of camber. Right. Let's go. Pretty smooth. I mean, it's got more than enough power for these tires. I just don't like I don't like how sluggish it like changes direction and everything. I would honestly like to put like some crazy setup on this thing and just build it the way I want to and have this thing drive the way I want to. But I need to upgrade the absolute hell out of it afterwards, so I don't really want to do that and just completely ruin what this car is. But the Mona Lisa is going sideways, and it's pretty easy. With the RB, I mean, it's got 500 horsepower in it, so it's not like it's a slow car. But it's good for spinning its rear wheels, and it's good for what I made it, you know, do, which is just go sideways. Shift suspension definitely helps me keep good angle and then transition and all that stuff, so that's good. Again, the suspension tune though, like the camber and toe, I honestly do wish I could. The kind of movie at least would have had a little bit more camber. I could possibly mess around with the toe and get this thing to be a better drift car, but I think it's fine. I don't know why I decided to change gear right there. That was awful for me. It's pretty easy to slide. I mean, most of the cars in this game are. But that, everyone, is the Mona Lisa from the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. The Silvia S15 with the RB26 swap. Very good design. props to the person that designed the paint on this thing. It's very, very good. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys very much for watching, especially that front bumper. I love that front bumper, the way he put the little slats and everything just to make it look like the COS kit. And 100% guarantee you he used this bumper and not the actual COS bumper, because this fits perfectly to his design. The side skirts are the only ones that don't fit perfectly, which is probably something that I put on this thing because I thought they looked closer to the actual car in the movie versus the actual COS ones, which I don't think they're the same ones, because they, like, if I'm looking at the actual car right now, it doesn't have any like slits or openings in the side skirts like the one that is in this game. So that's why I didn't really want to put it there, because it just doesn't look as close to that kit compared to this one. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any other suggestions for any sort of building an icon series cars that you guys want to see me try to replicate in the game here, let me know. Anything to do with movies, movie cars, or game cars, if that makes sense to you guys. Something like anything from Need for Speed that's iconic or that's really, really good. Let me know. Anything that got you into cars, anything that you thought is a legendary or an icon, which is what the name of the series is. Something that stands out to you guys. Let me know down in the comments below. Please don't give me stuff like Hans RX-7 or something like that, because there's no Veilside body kit that I can put on the car. So I can't really build that. It's just going to look stupid. It's just going to literally have the paint on it and that's it. So don't give me stuff like that. Stuff that I can actually build in the game. Hopefully. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.